Hey everyone, my name is James, and today we're taking a look at a brand new spoiler for the upcoming Terraria update version 1.3.6. Now, I have to say, today's spoiler, it's pretty small. A couple of months ago, we talked about a brand new enemy that's being added to Terraria called the Goblin Shark. We found out at the time that it would appear during a blood moon, but now we know a little bit more about it. So this little GIF was posted to Twitter last night, and it shows a Goblin Shark jumping out of the ocean, landing down and spraying our player with blood. So the person in the clip more than likely has God mode on. You're not just going to stand there and take this kind of damage. But this is really cool because we've never had an enemy do this before, where it will leap out of water and literally spray onto you. And it reminds me of some of the enemies you can find in the Calamity mod in the Abyss. You see, the Calamity mod adds its own version of the ocean biome, and it has these enemies that will burst out of the water and basically just slay you if you are too weak. It kind of keeps people out of the biome. And I feel like this enemy kind of leans into that core mechanic of what Terraria 1.3.6 intends to be. It says, hey, we have this event, it's called the Blood Moon, and it has these types of enemies, but does it have one in the ocean biome? Well, no. Well, let's fix that. You know, that mechanic of just going, let's look at the game as a whole, let's tweak little things. This is what this enemy reminds me of. Now, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about the Switch and mobile editions of Terraria because I've had a lot of questions, and it's something I didn't actually cover in my last news video, and that's kind of for good reason. So one of the big rumors that I've seen going around is that Terraria has now been submitted for review for the Nintendo Switch. So no, this is not actually the case. There was a forum post about it, and they said that they submitted an alpha version of the game, but this wasn't to Nintendo for review for the store. This was actually to Relogic. It was the company behind the Switch version going, hey, Relogic, will you please look at this edition of the game and tell us what is wrong and what we can fix? And that's where we're at with the Switch version. It's not ready for the shop yet. I can't imagine it being ready for another couple months at this point. And it's a similar kind of story for the mobile edition of Terraria. So it's currently in what is known as pre-alpha, and we did get a screenshot of this. And this shows us a little bit of a closer look at the UI that's running on the mobile edition now. So we did in fact see this when DR made the announcement that they're developing Terraria. They had that little video with the woman moving her hands across the screen. This is essentially the exact same thing, it's just an actual screenshot now. This version though is on iPhone, whereas the video was on Android, which might be important to some people, I don't know. But looking at this, it still looks like PC Terraria with a UI wrapped around it, and it kind of leads me to believe that this might actually be a version of PC Terraria. I don't know if this is something that's being built from the ground up. I feel like they're taking something and converting it to something else. And that's just my own opinion looking at it just like this. But I really like how the UI looks, so I do hope that they stick with it. But once again, I have no idea when this is going to come out, and I feel like it kind of backtracks on that one Terraria design they had a little while ago. If you remember back in the day, they had this goal where they were going to get the console version, the mobile version, the Switch version, all running on the same stuff so that you could essentially just update all of them at once. I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore now that they've passed it off to other studios, so we will have to see about that. Now, the final thing I want to cover in today's video is a massive thank you to everyone that went and checked out Super Terraria World. If you didn't hear about this last week, Super Terraria World is an online Terraria MMO, and it went into beta on Saturday, and that was the first time the public could go on, they could make an account, they could play the first hour or two of the game, and so many people went and did that, it broke everything. Obviously, being an MMO, it relies on servers, it relies on, you know, all of these technical different aspects, and because of that, it was a very interesting week. The servers were slow, they were laggy, and that's alright. I'm really proud of that team, and I want to see this project keep succeeding. So maybe if you haven't already, consider downloading this and making an account. I can't guarantee the servers will be perfect when you play, but when the servers do become perfect, I will let you know in a future video. Right, so that's going to be it for today's Terraria video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon, and that's about it. Peace.